Welcome to my video series called Porn and You. My name is Lyell and I'm a men's health and porn addiction specialist in Melbourne. So today we're going to talk about how men who watch porn regularly will often lose interest in sex or touching their partners, their sex drive diminishes, and they also find sex boring. So welcome everybody, thanks for watching, and now let's deep dive into what that's all about, what's actually going on there. So men who watch porn regularly have low sexual energy. You may not even realize this though until you stop watching porn. Sexual energy is otherwise known as libido or sex drive, and even though you're very keen to watch porn every day and you associate that with sex just isn't doing it for you. Or there's very little sex in your relationship and you've become conditioned around watching porn and ejaculating, and you've become complacent in your relationship because there's no communication, because you think you don't need sex anymore. So imagine what it's like for me to try and come along and take away porn from you. It's overwhelming for most men. The concept of me taking away your one vice, your one sexual release, your only contact with a nude woman is daunting, and I get that. But lucky for my clients, I actually help them with all of that. So let me just go into that a bit more with the sexual energy. When I say that men that watch porn regularly don't have any sexual energy, I'm referring to the way that the neural addiction and the constant conditioning of masturbation and ejaculation to pornographic images drains your life force energy. Your brain is constantly having to rewire itself. It's constantly producing chemicals and hormones that then leave you in a slump after you ejaculate, just like a hangover. Your body then goes to work in producing millions of sperm that you just released. It takes energy for the body to do that. Your life force energy is known as all different things. We've got kundalini, we've got pranic energy, you've got chi and jing. It's all the same thing. We are born with this beautiful life force energy. And as a young teen, when you started to masturbate and ejaculate as a way of dealing with your stress or the emotional stuff that was coming up at such a young age, you began self-medicating. When you ejaculate, you lose bodily fluids, which contain chi. So you lose that life force energy. So if you're doing that, let's say every day, it's not a healthy thing to do. You'll be tired in general and you'll have no sexual energy there either. It also has to do with the vibrational frequency in the body. So the less that you ejaculate, the higher the frequency will be in your body. So the sexual energy will be higher in your body if you don't ejaculate all the time. I teach my clients how to harness that sexual energy. I teach them how to build that sexual energy, and they then learn to edge and not ejaculate. And then eventually they learn how to have multiple orgasms. When the guys do my 2-week masturbation challenge, for example, the second week is designed, they actually have to go cold turkey, and what we see is what's actually there. So it's often they are very tired, they don't feel like watching porn, they don't feel like having sex, they don't feel like touching themselves at all. And that is why I give them that homework, because it starts with understanding and awareness and being conscious of what is actually here to begin with. Okay, so now we're going to look at how men who watch porn regularly have this neural addiction that drives them to seek out a thrill so that the body can produce those chemicals and hormones in the brain that they've become addicted to. This then means that porn addiction often leads to sex addiction or seeking out thrill type activities outside a relationship, or even if they're single, such as seeing sex workers, becoming addicted to sexual or sensual massages, texting women online, going onto dating sites when they're married, all that type of thing. They actually find sex boring. And this just isn't because of their relationship or because they've been together for years and years and years. This is because sex doesn't produce the same kind of thrill for them that porn addiction does. Some married men that I know have to watch porn after having sex with their wives just so they can get their daily fix of those thrill chemicals and so that they can get to sleep. That's the addiction to the ejaculation hangover or slump as a tool to sleep. That's a whole other video. I work with couples and women regularly. One of the biggest complaints and the admissions from men is that they'd rather watch porn than have sex with their partners. And it completely kills the relationship. I also hear men often saying that they're not attracted to their partners, yet they're still having sex with them. I hear single men saying all the time that they sleep with ugly women just so they can have sex, that the women that they sleep with look nothing like the women they're having sex with, and they think that that's why they're having erection issues. Now, that's probably the hardest part of my job as a woman, to sit here and listen to these things. Men tell me these things, and when they don't understand the fact that it, or the impact that it has on women when they do that type of thing. It also affects single men who create a situation where they're not going out to meet women or they're not going into social scenes, as they prefer to just sit at home and watch porn. Their anxiety creeps in and they'd rather stay home. So they've lost their thrill, their ability to have sex. My clients end up getting off porn and feel more motivated and enthusiastic about sex and meeting women. They venture out, they find a new lease on life, they're motivated and energetic, and they're way more sexual, and their businesses start to take off. They start creating a new path of focus and clarity. Now, the good news is that you can correct all of this normally within a few months, depending on how severe your neural addiction is and how damaged the brain is, and how your sensitivity has become. Normally, my clients start to see results after a couple of weeks though, which is really, really good. Okay, so you might want to check out my 90-day program, Awaken Your Sex God, and you can start making changes that will completely change your life in all areas of your life. And so for more information on that, send me a PM and I'll give you a call. And don't forget to watch the other videos in this series. Have a great day and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.